Hi, I'm Marian Massie. I am the author of Miracles, Karma, and Reincarnation Redefined, a handbook for purposeful living. Today, I want to talk about your perception, your inner perception of what is real about life, about anything, your awareness. That affects how you act and interact with people. I'm also a clinical hypnotherapist and success coach, and I've been working with people for, goodness, many, many, many years. And part of the process of therapy or spiritual growth is to change your inner awareness so that your perception can be at a higher level. Like when people come to me and they want to feel better about themselves, they have a low perception, a low awareness of what is real. They usually have belief systems about themselves that they're not good enough. This is unconscious now. Or that they're bad or unworthy. And as they change those belief systems on the mental level, their awareness, their perception of themselves change. And then their perceptions and their actions of life changes. They act and react differently because they feel better about themselves. I'll give you a personal example, and I have this in the book, I think. I have it in this book. I've written two other ones, but I think it's in this one. I came from a very dysfunctional childhood, so I had a low perception about myself, inner awareness that I wasn't good enough. And it played out in my actions and my choices. The example I'm going to give you is the choices of relationships that I had. When I was really low self-esteem, I would pick relationships where the guy in the relationship would be physically violent towards me. And then since I'm a spiritual seeker, I always worked at myself and hoping to change my belief systems. And I was guided through dreams and guided to change my belief systems. And I started to change that inner perception of myself to a little bit more self-worth. And then I let go of those kind of men. And the little bit more of self-worth I got guys that would emotionally be shaming or abusive to me. And I kept working at myself because I believed in the law of cause and effect. What you do in this moment creates. And I kept working on myself, my inner perception, my inner awareness, and changed it to a better self-esteem. And then I attracted men that were nice, that weren't abusive, but that just didn't show up. And I don't want that. I want to have a relationship where they are there for me, they show up, it's joyful, all of that. So I had to change my beliefs inside myself. I had to change whatever was keeping me back. And I worked at it for a while. I became very aware of the emotions that were there, that were suppressing me, anger towards myself, anger towards different people, beliefs that I wasn't good enough, and many other limiting beliefs. Until finally, I felt like I had a higher strength in my self-confidence. And I went about pursuing a relationship, and I met my husband. And we've been together for, goodness, about 30 years now. And he shows up. We are good for each other. We're what I call, growth bunnies together. We both grow from knowing each other. So it may not be in a romantic relationship, but any perception that you have about yourself, any belief systems, emotions that are detrimental, squish your ability to see life from a bigger perspective. And a huge way to change that is to come from the spiritual perspective first, because we're here as a spiritual being. We have a mind, we have emotions, we have a body. And yes, in the beginning of my life, I did work a lot on the mind and the emotions. And if I had worked from spirit even more, I think I would have gone through that in a quicker way, because that's who we are. We're a spiritual being. And I used a mantra for almost 30 years now. It's the word HU, H-U. And that can help change your perception, your reality to a higher way of being. It's like getting on top of a roof and seeing what's really out there instead of being on the ground level. You get the higher perception. And then you can make actions that are based on that, from more love, more gratitude, and actions that won't incur negative karma or negativity in your life. So change your perception step by step by step, whatever comes easier to you. I have lots of different tools in my book. You can get it on Amazon. It's even on audio now. Thanks.